Well, good evening again. It's me again. I hope you enjoyed your dinner and the conversations at your table. Let's give a warm round of applause to our Albright dining services. Mike, that ribeye was amazing, and I'm looking forward to whatever that dessert is.
It's called panna cotta.
Panna cotta.
Panna cotta.
I also would like to recognize a few other Albrightians that I missed earlier, and I can't believe I forgot them because I know them so well. But I'd first like to acknowledge Ron Sheese, who is here with us today, our chairman of the Board of Trustees. So thank you, Ron. I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't mention he was a trustee. Our own Mike Reese, right, who's a past board recipient, board of trustee member, and association board member as well. All right. I'm so proud to be an alumnus and president of the Alumni Association Board. As a member of the board, I'm awed by the professional and personal accomplishments of more than 22,000 alumni. So today we are delighted to be here, and I'm remarkable graduates who have truly made their alma mater proud. In the interest of time, my introductions will be relatively brief. I'm sure you want to hear more from the recipients than from me, but I urge you to read your program for their full bios and many accomplishments. Our first award this evening is the Young Alumni Achievement Award, presented to an Albright graduate who achieved great levels of success at an early age. The Young Alumni Award recognizes outstanding achievement in at least one of the following areas: profession, career, or dedicated volunteer service to Albright, church, or community. I am very proud this evening to be able to publicly recognize my fellow 2011 classmate, Dr. Bryan Wilson, whose dedication to his profession, his community, and his alma mater are, to say the least, impressive. Bryan began to link his professional passion with volunteerism long before he became an Albright student. Certified as an EMT at the age of 16, yes, 16, this longtime Boy Scout and volunteer scout trainer learned about the medical world while juggling life as a paramedic with his Albright classes and during his medical school classes at Rutgers University. Bryan would also bring this medical expertise to his Albright extracurricular activities, such as being the lead RA, resident assistant of Court Hall, and through the student orientation program at POPS. Just an anecdotal story, I vividly remember during one large orientation activity on Shirk Stadium, Playfair, you guys remember that? Where there was a medical emergency, and before we could even call for help, Bryan, a student, I leaped in and started triaging the situation. When he wasn't saving lives and volunteering with the Boy Scouts, Bryan challenged his professors by bringing his medical questions and timely experiences into the classroom. He's remained very connected to a few of these professors, probably most especially Dr. Karen Campbell from Ole, who says his presence led to the expansion of the ways he taught, or she taught. Today, Bryan is an emergency medical physician serving as the medical director for the City of Bethlehem Bureau of E.M.S. and the director of the new E.M.S. Fellowship at St. Luke's University Health Network. He constantly works to bring the hospital to his patients in the field and to train other physicians to do the same. Bryan is, of course, just as active as an Albright alumnus as he was an Albright student. As recently as last month, he was on campus presenting to current students about life on the front line and how he had used his Albright education and values to tackle the incredible vast issues of COVID-19. Bryan would know a lot about this because he was the doctor who had to alert his health system that a patient with symptoms who had just traveled from China was on his way to his Bethlehem hospital only 2 days after the first U.S. case was identified in the state of Washington. A member of several important medical committees, Bryan holds certifications in, I gotta take a breath for this, it's kind of a long list. So thanks, Bryan. Paramedics, emergency medical services, emergency medicine, EMT pre-hospital physician, advanced trauma life support, pediatric advanced life support, advanced cardiovascular life support, and pre-hospital trauma life support. I think you might have missed it, right? He has been recognized for his professional acuity and volunteerism far and wide, and his work has been published in journals such as the American Journal of Emergency Medicine and Advances in Medical Education and Practice. He also actively serves on the board of advisors for the national headquarters of his fraternity, Alpha Sigma Phi. An Eagle Scout, Bryan is the medical director of the Summit Bechtel Scout Reserve in West Virginia, and Camp Bryan Wilson at the New Mexico Philmont Boy Scout Ranch, named in his honor. Please welcome this year's Young Alumni Achievement Award winner, Dr. Bryan Wilson.
Good evening. Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Good evening, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to see everyone. I did prepare a few remarks, so I don't like to write things down, but I did for this one. There's only a few pages. So, dearly beloved, we are.
Oh my
gosh! Wrong place. No. First and foremost, I try to just be fun, just and have fun in what we do. And as you can see by that, this is totally unexpected. To come, and be awarded this from one of my best friends, the second person I met at Albright, Sean Crossley, is truly, it's amazing. I want to take a moment to thank President Petro, Provost Campbell, the board chair, Shees, other members of the board of trustees, alumni board members, distinguished alumnus, and more importantly, my parents. And the reason I call out my parents on that top list is because in 2005, at my Eagle Scout Court of Honor, I did a very similar thing. I got up here, I spoke in front of a group, I had a few notes, and I had mom and dad up top. And I was just like, they are so important, we're gonna do them at the end. Well, guess what I forgot to circle back to? So go through the entire list. I say, cake, coffee, have fun, 35-minute court of honor, it was great. And then somebody comes up to me and is like, you forgot your mom and dad. Man. Yeah, so I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Driving me back and forth to Albright to see Dr. Campbell during those science alumni recruitment or science open house events that we had. And if it wasn't for Dr. Campbell, I never would have come here. Never would have been here, which is why she's just such an important person in helping me get to where I am. And I can't thank her enough for that. I remember calling her in medical school, like, I don't get this. Like, can you help me? She's like, I just read a textbook chapter. Let me send it to you. Like, her textbook made more sense than an entire semester of like one professor. I want to thank the members of the advancement office and the alumni office, Vice President Parsons, Assistant Vice President Bryan, I forgot your name, I'm sorry, Andy, Andre, Dawn, Dave, and last but certainly not least, Ralia. When you called me to let me know that this was happening, you totally caught me off guard. Totally shocked. Because the last time that we were on the phone, we were talking about, changes for the upcoming homecoming. And so for this phone call, it's totally, absolutely changed my life. As Sean said, Science Alumni Night had just happened, and I was here and I had a chance to kind of talk about my experiences. And I can't say enough how much I believe in those four pillars that support Albright: integrity, curiosity, connection, and resilience. It has so much to do with what I have to do as an emergency physician, EMS physician, resident educator, and now an EMS fellowship director. And I'm grateful for what Albright has given me. My friends, many of which are circled around this room, I'm grateful for all of you for coming out here. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Sally for everything that she made happen on this campus to keep me engaged. And my fellow award recipient tonight, Kat Crossley. Kat, when you showed up on this campus 1 year removed from us, you changed somebody's life. And I'm grateful to be here for years. And to everyone else here, thank you so much for coming out. This is really just a tremendous honor, and I am just proud to be an Albrightian, and thank you guys so much.
See, I was right. You'd rather hear from the award recipient. I can't believe you're trying. I'm so sorry. Our next award this evening is the Mary Frygood Class of 1949 Service to Alma Mater Award. I know some of you knew Mary, but for those of you who didn't, Mary's love and devotion for Albright ran deep. Her list of contributions is lengthy, but to note a few, she was the first director of alumni relations and also served on the Alumni Association Board from 2002 to 2008. Therefore, it is no surprise that this award was named in her honor to recognize an alumni for outstanding service to Albright College. It should also come as no surprise as to who the award recipient is this year, as she was a natural choice, as our awardee has demonstrated an overwhelming commitment and contribution to her alma mater. Kathryn, or as most of us call her Kat, Crossley, class of 2011, is a very picture of a model Albrightian. Active in nearly everything on campus as a student, from student government, to student-led philanthropy groups, and peer orientation, it was not a surprise to anyone when she continued this level of service as an alumna. Kat has been a fixture on our campus and is always there to lend a helping hand and brings cheerful personality and empathetic leadership to everything she's involved in. A lot of us have had a front row seat to Kat's amazing talents, but I'm sure some of you are still trying to connect the dots between our last names, and yes, we are related. It's because I've been fortunate to see the behind-the-scenes love that she has had for Albright, as I had the privilege, as Wilson said, of meeting her here at Albright. And today, she is not just my board predecessor, and I know, big shoes to fill, but also my wife and the mother of our daughter, Olivia, and fur baby, Gatsby. Can't miss it all. Like Mary, Kat's list of contributions and impact to Albright is also lengthy and diverse, but I'll give some highlights. Shortly after graduating from Albright in 2011, Kat served on the Young Alumni Executive Committee, and soon after, she joined the Alumni Association Board, serving in multiple leadership roles and ultimately became president. Her accomplishments on our board are impressive, but we will all remember her as an effective alumni board president focused on creating an engaged, diverse collection of graduates. From our entire board, thank you for everything. She's also helped connect alumni with one another in the college through serving on multiple reunion committees, class reunions, POPs, orientation reunions, to name a few. She's an active alumni of F.A.E.M.S, where she not only served as a vice for 5 years, but has also helped with alumni events and is currently supporting the undergraduate sisterhood by advising on marketing and public relation activities. Students and parents have met her during college fairs and move-in days. Students who need financial help to finish their studies have benefited from the money that she helped raise toward the college's Advancing Lives initiative, which President Petro talked about, that's so important to our student success. Through that initiative and under Kat's leadership, our board raised $20,400 to support current undergraduate students through an endowed scholarship, the Alumni Association Board Endowed Scholarship. Using her Albright undergraduate degree in communications and her master's degree in communications from Villanova University, Kat is currently a digital marketing strategist at Vanguard. Albright is certainly a better place because of her. So in recognition of her ongoing support of Albright College, please welcome to the podium, Kat Crossley.
It made me follow the doctor. Seriously. But to say I am absolutely humbled to be receiving this award tonight is a complete understatement, especially because I count myself among the lucky to have known Mary Frygood. When invited to attend the Phi Mu Phi Beta alumni luncheon as students, myself and my fellow Phi Mu sisters would always ask, will Mary be there? And we're ecstatic when the answer was yes. I'm not embarrassed at all to say that we were completely in awe of her, somewhat her groupies, and we always tried to find ways to be seated at her table so we could hear her fabulous stories. Her love for our sisterhood and for Albright was just radiated through her unforgettable smile. Especially on a beautiful spring night like tonight, we know Mary's here celebrating with us, and I'm happy this award allows us to keep her memory forever sacred. As a student and as an alumna, there's a question that is often asked of me. In one word, how do you describe Albright College? So now I want to ask you all the same question. What's the first word that comes to mind?
Relationships.
Cat Crossley.
Anybody?
Family.
Unity. That's it. So my answer has always been the same. Albright College is family. So it should come as no surprise that the reason I stand here tonight is because I've been blessed to be part of so many incredible families. First, there is the family I was born into. From the very start, I was raised to believe that the greatest joy in life comes from helping others. All right, I got this. And no doubt, I had the greatest role model in this practice in my mom. For over 40 years, my mom served as a school teacher, bringing the passion and joy of learning to thousands of students. She did this by also single-handedly raising 4 children who probably were better known to be like zoo animals, which is absolutely insane. But my mom's positive impact can now be seen today in my brother and sisters, who not only chose to serve as part of their professions, but who are always the first people to ask others if they need help. So tonight, I would like to thank my family for their unwavering support and for instilling in me the same compassion you each exemplify every day. Next, there's the family I found. I was a transfer student to Albright. I spent my freshman year at a very large university where my classes had hundreds of students, and instead of writing my names on the tops of my papers, I wrote a 9-digit ID number. I knew almost immediately that I did not belong there. Luckily, I came to visit my best friend, Becky, at Albright on Thanksgiving break, and she convinced me to go on a tour and sit in on a psychology class. As I sat in that class, the professor did something that completely caught me off guard. She asked me my name. That simple question quite literally changed my life. It made me realize I wanted to be in a place where people wanted to know me, where people cared about me, where I was part of a community, and that place was Albright. Sorry. He's a great partner to have. When I started at Albright in fall 2008, I knew immediately that I had found it. I found my home. And over the 3 incredible years that followed, I was fortunate to not only receive the top-notch education, but also build relationships with the most incredible people I know. And my appreciation and love for the Albright family continues to grow as I meet more alumni, students, faculty, staff, and administrators who day in and day out give all that they have to one another and to our beautiful alma mater. Albright College is so special because of the wonderful people. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for the incredible gift you've given me. I told you I cried.
You got this, Kathy.
Rather than the family I found, you're the family that found me. Thank you so much. Oh, here's the real tearjerker. All right. No, I'm not skipping it. Last, but certainly not least, is the family I have been blessed with. If you had told me 2 nerdy junior Albright College students who had their first date carving pumpkins in the Moan Lounge would end up with the life we have today, I would have told you were crazy. But that's the thing about love. It's crazy. And here we stand, about to celebrate 5 years of marriage with the most beautiful little girl and the most handsome, not so little dog. Sean, I am truly lucky to have you as my best friend and partner in everything. It's beyond special that our relationship started here at Albright, and we continue to grow and share a passion for this wonderful place that's given us so much. Some may call it fate or destiny, but I truly believe I found my way to Albright to find you. Thank you for always supporting me, nurturing me, and helping me to achieve my wildest dreams. I love you. So, I'd like to thank you all so much again for this incredible recognition, but more importantly, for letting me be a part of your family. It's beyond special, and I look forward to many years creating many more memories together. Thank you.
And I have to follow each of these speeches, which is like so tough, but over to you, Kat. All right. gotta close myself as well. All right. So our next three awardees are distinguished alumni, recognized for outstanding service and accomplishment in at least one of the following areas: community, state, nation, church, profession, academic, and/or service organizations. Graduating with a bachelor's degree in psychology, history, and education from Albright, and a Master of Divinity and Master of Arts in Education from Princeton Theological Seminary, Reverend Dwight Davis, class of 1997, has been committed to educating others. In fact, his excellence as a Washington, D.C. teacher and principal earned him an invitation to discuss the state of education with President Obama in 2014. That's pretty cool. A proud product of the District of Columbia Public Schools, Dwight has spent nearly 2 decades serving children and families in Washington, D.C. as a 5th grade teacher, English and language arts coach, assistant principal, and principal. Dwight is passionate about culturally and contextually relevant teaching and authentic family engagement. Relevant teaching, in his view, unlocks the hearts and minds of scholars to engage the learning environment and world in more profound ways. Dwight's passion for teaching, learning, and personal development has led to his selection as a Mary Jane Patterson Fellow, an aspiring principal's leadership development program that honors the memory of the first African-American principal to serve on DC's first public school. Prior to becoming a Patterson Fellow, Davis was selected as a City Bridge Education Innovation Fellow, a distinguished honor that led him across the nation from Washington, D.C. to California as he learned how to personalize educational experiences and raise achievement levels. About 10 years ago, Dwight was selected as a member of the inaugural Teach Plus DC Policy Fellowship, through which he worked with elected officials to create on-the-ground solutions for high-need students. Currently, he serves as a principal partner of City Bridge Action Fund. Still, Dwight hasn't forgotten his alma mater. Early on, he served on an Albright task force for retention and financial aid, and has spoken to groups gathered for the Coleman Scholarship Luncheon and Baccalaureate. Dwight was also named a member of the men's basketball all-century team and inducted into the Albright Athletics Hall of Fame in 2009, served on the Albright Board of Trustees from 2016 to 2020, and currently serves as a member of the college's Society of Black Alumni. In a few short weeks, he will watch his eldest son, Dwight Isaiah, cross the stage with an Albright College bachelor's degree in music, which is awesome. So please join me in congratulating Reverend Dwight Davis on his Albright College Distinguished Alumni Award.
So first I'll say good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is indeed an honor to be here at Albright, to be receiving this award.